Hi, everybody. Welcome to the last part of this lecture series on chest X-ray image classification problem to classify images as normal X-ray image or X-ray images having pneumonia. So let us continue the remaining part of the lecture here. As we saw in our last lecture, we fit the model and we can observe the loss and accuracy for training set as well as for validation set. We executed 10 epochs, and for each epoch we executed 81 batches, each having 64 image batch size. So let us go ahead and talk about the performance evaluation of our model and result analysis. We visualize the loss and accuracy using plots. Here we have two plots. The first one shows the model accuracy, where the blue line shows the training set accuracy for each epoch, and the orange line shows the validation or testing data set accuracy. We can see that the accuracy increase with each epoch. However, the increase of accuracy in training data set is marginal from epoch number 6. But if you look at the accuracy of validation set, it shoots sharply upward from epoch 5, and with each and every epoch, the accuracy for validation set is increasing significantly. The second plot is plotted, it is related to the loss, and it is very much evident that the loss drops sharply for training data set from epoch 5 onwards. So that was about our model performance as far as the accuracy and loss are concerned. Let us analyze it further, and the code is also given over here about plotting the both the plots, like we have displayed model accuracy as well as model loss. All right, now the model is converging, which can be observed from the decrease in loss and validation loss with epochs. And also it is able to reach almost 87% validation accuracy in just 10 epochs. Let us plot the confusion matrix and obtain some more performance measures like precision, recall, F1 score, and accuracy. We use matrix module from sklearn library, and using accuracy score and confusion matrix functions, we will obtain various performance measures. Here in our confusion matrix, it shows true negative, false negative, and true positive values. And now we have confusion matrix, and as a result, you can observe the output of the code over here. And we have confusion matrix. So let us obtain accuracy, F1 score, precision, and recall. All right. So we have obtained confusion matrix, and these give us true positive, true negative, false positive, and false negative results. As you know that true positive depicts the counts of images which were pneumonia X-ray images, and our model also predicted is correctly as pneumonia X-ray images. True negative is those results which were pneumonia images but predicted them as normal images. Similarly, false positive is are those images which were normal images but predicted wrongly as a pneumonia images. This is also called as a type 1 error. False negative are those images which were actually pneumonia images, but we predicted them as normal images. Such errors are also known as a type 2 errors. Using these four results obtained from confusion matrix, we will calculate precision and recall. The precision we obtain is 83.15%, and recall we obtain is 98.72%. Similarly, we also calculated F1 score, and we obtain F1 score value as 90.26%. All right. Now, let us understand our observations. We analyze performance analysis. As we saw, precision is 83.15% and recall is 98.72%. Now, what is significance of recall and precision? Well, let us understand it in simple way. Precision and recall are two extremely important model evaluation metrics. Precision refers to the percentage of your results which are relevant. Recall refers to the percentage of total relevant results correctly classified by the model. However, it is not possible to maximize both of these metrics at the same time, as one comes at the cost of another. We have F1 score available over here, and it is a harmonic mean of precision and recall. For problems where both precision and recall are important, we can opt a model which maximize the F1 score. In our case, we have accuracy for test data set which is 86.69% and F1 score is 90.26%. This is very significant result, and this shows that the result, the particular model that we feed is performing quite well. It is highly significant to adopt the model. Now, we work on chest X-ray, and from very basic, we cover this particular part. We work on images which are more than 5,000 in numbers, using which we fit the model. It was CNN-based image analysis problem. We tested the model and obtained significant results. Yes, it is very much possible to improve the performance of model by tuning parameters. One more thing to note is that we train the model using just 10 epochs. Increasing more epochs can of course bring higher accuracy. Well, many things can be done for performance tuning, including increasing hidden layers, increasing convolutional layers, increasing nodes at hidden layers. Right now, in first hidden layer, we are using 120 nodes, and in second 64, we can increase that number as well. We can have more number of hidden layers, changing size of batch size. Many things can be done. It's all intuitive work. So I'm sure that you had good journey learning and working on chest X-ray image analysis using convolutional neural network. Hope you'll work on the same, execute it and assess these at your own. With this, I conclude this particular series of lecture. Have great time and great coding. See you soon with new problem and codes. Till then, take care. Have good time.